Hi. Welcome everyone to the financial result presentation of Indexa Capital Group. You can download our presentation on our group page. To get there, type group.indexacapital.com. Scroll down if you need to translate the webpage into English. At the top of the page, click on Shareholders Documents and look for our current presentation. You can also subscribe to receive our latest news. You can ask questions anytime during the presentation. To make them, type your name and surname in the box of your screen. Look for the chat button and make your question. At the end of the presentation, that will last around 15 minutes, we will have a Q&A, where we will answer all of them. Today, I'm also here to present to our speakers, François Derbaix, Ramón Blanco, and Unai Ansejo, all of them co-founders and executive members at Indexa Capital Group. Without further delay, let's kick off.
Good morning, everyone. First of all, please apologize for the delay in the broadcast of this presentation due to technical reasons. On behalf of the entire team of Indexa, I would like to thank you for taking the time today to join this video conference of the presentation of Indexa Capital Group results of the first half of 2025. The plan for today is as follows. First, we are going to see a brief executive summary. Second, we are going to analyze the key performance indicators, KPIs. Third, we are going to go deeply into the financial results of the first half of 2025. Fourth, we are going to see the main achievements in this period. And finally, we are going to talk about the next steps in Indexa. Today we're presenting rather strong results.
Maybe we can make a pause because I see that we don't, the slides is not shared. So the presentation is not shared on the, okay, no it is.
Okay.
Thank you.
We are presenting strong results today. In the first half of 2025, the revenues have grown 40% compared to the first half of 2024. And we have revenues of 4.2 million euros compared to 2.99 million the year before. And we are accelerating from plus 36% that we saw in 2024. As a result, the net profit is taking off, plus 358% in the first half of 2025, up to 0.92 million euros. And also, Indexa Capital Group has launched a share buyback program of up to 100,000 euros in May 2025. This is the main numbers that we are going to go deeply in the rest of the presentation. And here you can see again the main results of this presentation. Plus 40% revenue growth in the first half, going from 2.9 million to 4.2 million. The net profit has gone from 0.2 million in the first half of 2024 to 0.9 million in the first half of 2025. And as a result, the ratio of net profit to revenues has increased from 6.7% to 21.8%. And now I'm going to pass the word to my partner, François, who's going to talk more in detail about the results of Indexa Capital AV.
Thank you, Unai. So Indexa Capital AV is the portfolio manager in mostly in Spain, but offering the service also in Belgium and in France. You see that we finished June 24 with 2.5 billion euro in asset under management. And we grew 1 billion in 1 year until 30th of June 2025. So we grew from 2.5 billion to 3.5 billion. and the growth is coming mostly from new investment from the customers. So 852 million is net inflows, and 133 million is the market evolution of the portfolios. On the right side of the page, we can see the main KPIs. Most of the KPIs are improving actually, so we are accelerating the growth in number of customers, plus 43%. We are reducing our customer acquisition cost, which is good because it means that we are able to acquire customers with a lower marketing spend. We are also reducing the payback period, which is a period in which we get the investment back, the marketing investment back from the customer acquisition, from 14 months last year to 13 months this year. We also reduce the churn, quite a huge reduction actually. It's minus 15% of the accounts that are being closed. The rest of the KPIs are quite stable. The lifetime value, the average value volume per customer, the average initial investment, which stays at around 9.5 thousand euro per customer. And we have a significant increase in the average monthly investment per customer. Our customers are currently, so we have currently, at the end of June, we had 113,000 customers. Now we have, as of today, we have 124,000 customers. And on average, they are investing 610 euro per month. Regarding the asset under management, so we closed June with 3.5 billion. But today, end of October, we are already above 4 billion. Actually, we reached 4 billion last week. If we look at the profitability of the portfolios, on the graph you can see the average returns in orange, the average returns of the mutual investment funds in Spain, or comparable mutual investment funds. So those are the funds mostly actively managed and mostly sold by banks. And those funds, since the 10 years that we have been active with Indexa, on average have delivered a 20% accumulated return. So that's a very low return, average return, because it's a return that's even below inflation in the same period. So actually the investors in the actively managed fund distributed by banks, on average have lost acquisition power in this period. And the comparable or average portfolio, the portfolio number 8, which is the blue line on the graph, in the same period has delivered 90% return, close to 90%. So it's a huge difference in average profitability, and that's the difference that's making that our customers are so satisfied with the service, and also recommending us so much to their friends and to their family members. Regarding the net inflows, so that graph is about net inflows, which is a difference between money inflows from customers and outflows, the withdrawal from the customer. And what we see is that actually we can observe two. First one is that the net inflow always has been positive. So even during the COVID market drawdown, even during the Ukraine invasion, even during the market decrease after the US tariffs, beginning of this year, even though we have always managed to have net positive inflows every single month since we launched Indexa. That's quite unusual because very few companies in the asset management space manage to keep net inflows even during the market drawdowns. And the second observation is that since 2022, the net inflows are accelerating, are increasing quite fast. The last month on the graph is the month of September, and in September we were around 90 million euro net inflows, but it's still accelerating, and we expect to get back above 100 million per month very soon. Regarding the customer cohorts, what you can see on the graph is the customer cohorts. So we have the longer line are the customers from 2016, and the shorter one are the customers from 2024. On the left side of the graph, we see how much they start investing, which was around 9,400. That's the average for now. And then we see the slope, which is the average monthly investment they are doing. And we can see that after 9 years, the customers that started with us with around 10,000 euro, 9,000 euro, already have invested above 100,000 euro in total, in cumulated. And it keeps growing, so it doesn't show a slowdown after 9 years. And that doesn't include the market impact of the market evolution of the portfolio. So those are only net investment per customer cohort. Regarding the competition, as you know, we compare ourselves to the other portfolio managers in Spain. So this is data from Inverco. Those are the more exhaustive data regarding portfolio management in Spain. In the graph, which has a logarithmic scale, you can see that on the top of it are the usual suspects, large banks, CaixaBank, BBVA, Santander, Kutxabank, Ibercaja, Sabadell and Bank Inter. 7 largest bank in Spain, and we are on the 8th position. So that's quite significant, because those competitors actually have been around for 50 years, 60 years, 100 years, some of them more than 150 years. And Indexa Capital in less than 10 years has managed to get into the top 10 and to be the only independent player in the portfolio management ranking top 10 in Spain. Also, if you look at the blue line, the fast-growing blue line, that's Indexa, 8th position, you can see that we are getting very close to the 7th in the ranking. So we hope to finish, we hope to get to the 7th position quite soon, and probably this year. Now I pass the word to Ramón, who is going to talk about Bewater Asset Management.
Thank you, François. I'll remind the audience that Bewater Asset Management is the private equity that we have in the group to invest in private equities. Assets under management grew by 11%. Revenues accordingly grew by 16% year on year, and the losses were slightly reduced by 4%. I have to say that it was quite a busy year for the asset manager. The last 12 months, we were able to invest in 4 companies. We disinvested recently in one of them, and the buying and selling environment, I have to say that is much better than 1 year ago. Indexa Capital is our subsidiary in France. I remind the audience that is the merger between Capital, which we acquired some time ago, and Indexa Courtier, which was the name of our previous subsidiary. Assets under management grew by 62%. Revenues accordingly grew by 75%. The losses, as in the case of the asset manager, were slightly reduced by 10%. And I have to say that Indexa Capital is performing according to plan. And I would also like to remind that having this subsidiary in the French market has a big option value for us, since the French market is at least 3 times the size of the Spanish market. Now we're going to take a look at the consolidated P&L of Indexa Capital Group. As Unai was mentioning at the beginning of the presentation, the revenues grew by 40%, and the net profit grew by 358%. I'm going to repeat the figure because we are extremely proud of it. The net profit grew by 358% year on year. The consolidated net profit over revenues grew from 6.7% to 21.8%. That shows the scalability of the business. And this scalability of the business can also be shown by the fact that the revenues grew by 40%, and as you can see in the table, the personnel cost grew only 15% and the general cost only 11%. Again, scalability of the business model. Finally, we're going to take a look at the balance sheet of the group. I'm just gonna refer myself about the last two lines. As you can see, the net equity of the company grew by 68%, which is a remarkable figure. And at the same time, the liabilities of the company only grew by 8%. Again, this shows the scalability of the business model and the cash flow generation of the company. And now I'm going to pass back the word to Unai, who is going to continue.
Thank you very much, Ramón. Well, as you can see, we are showing today good numbers and improving numbers every time that we come here to present our results. Now, on a more qualitative, from a more qualitative point of view, I'm going to talk about the main achievements that we have had this year in Indexa Capital Group. First, at the group level, we launched a share buyback program in May this year, up to 100,000 euros. And in March, we were appointed by the Financial Times Statista as the fastest growing company in the financial sector in Spain. In Indexa Capital AV, first, we increased the weight of portfolios up to 100% from previously up to 90%. This is a long-standing client request made possible thanks to our clients' proven ability to stay calm during bad times, during bad market times. Second, the minimum investment in pension and EPSB portfolios has been lowered to 50 euros in July. This change has led to an increase in the number of accounts, pension accounts, that we are seeing this year. Third, we have launched a new service, a savings account, indexed to the ECB deposit rate minus 0.25 in July. After just 3 months, it has already reached 20 million euros in deposits. This is a very, very good and promising start. Fourth, we launched an automated portfolio comparison tool in July that allows anyone to compare their bank's portfolio with just taking a photo. You can compare your portfolio in the bank with the closest Indexa portfolio. It's very easy to use. And finally, we launched a new fund of funds, Indexa Renta Variable International Fixed Income, which completes our range of fund of funds solutions. In Big Water, as Ramón has mentioned, we have made two investments. The first one, Inversiva, in April, a real estate platform. And the second one, Occupy, a PropTech utility switching software, in March 2025. And we have sold one company, that was 101, which is a tech B2B. And finally, in Indexa Capital, we have launched the automated investment management service in June 2025. This is going to make our service more reliable and we believe profitable in France. And now I want to focus on our next steps, what is in front of us, ahead of us. And first, we want to keep growing. And with this slide, we want to share with you why we believe that the future growth of Indexa is very, very predictable. We have 5 reasons here, 5 levels, where which one we believe that the growth is very, very, very predictable. Our business model benefits from this compounding dynamic. We call it a snowball effect, and it's driven by these 5 key revenue growth levers. The first one is that as an asset management company, our revenue comes from fees that we based on managed assets, 0.25 on average. So we begin earning the year almost the same amount that we finished the year before. The second lever is that clients add more funds. Indexa clients invest regularly. 80% of our clients invest regularly. They make periodic installments. The third reason is that our clients are happy, as François mentioned before, and they bring referrals. The good technology and long-term returns attract new clients, and 50% of our funds accounts come from referrals. Fourth, the market growth over time makes our portfolios to grow as well. The stock value rises above inflation with index funds. We believe 4% is a very reasonable number. And finally, we are expanding our product offering over time. Adding new financial and insurance products allows us to get a higher share of wallet from our clients, as you can see with the new product of the remunerated cash accounts. Putting this in numbers, on average, as François has mentioned before, each existing client adds about 610 euros per month. That's roughly 7,300 euros per year. With 125,000 clients, that's about 900 million euros that we believe will come from net inflows from existing clients in 2026. On top of that, we are onboarding around 4,000 new clients every month, so about 36,000 clients per year. And each of them brings around 9,400 euros, adding another 450 million euros per year. Altogether, that means that we can expect 1.35 billion euros of net inflows in 2026. And that would take us from around 4.2 billion at the end of 2025 to about 5.6 billion at the end of 2026, assuming no market impact. So let's see how this momentum translates into future revenue growth and leadership. And here you can see, well, we have shown you in this presentation that we keep growing and accelerating our growth. We are on track to reach 30 million euros in annual recurrent revenues by 2030, in line with what we shared in the last presentation. With this growth, we are consolidating our leadership position in Spain, and we are positioned to act as a sector consolidator in Europe. And now we are open to receive questions, and we are very happy to get as many as possible.
We have a first question from Macadamia, and Macadamia is asking about the remunerated cash accounts. And so Unai has already commented, and asking about how far we think, if we are happy with the launch and how far we think this can get.
Okay, I can take this question. Yes, we recently launched a remunerated cash account, which is indexed to the BCE rate, exactly BCE rate minus 0.5%. I remind the audience that it has no promotions, no significant conditions, and we are very happy with the start of the project. How far can it go? We're not sure, but we think it can be a very, very significant product within the business model. If we look at Wealthfront, which is a similar business model in the USA, what we can see is that they launched the remunerated cash account some 4 years ago, and today they have the same amount in remunerated cash accounts as they have in mutual funds and pension plans. I'm not saying that this is going to happen as well in Spain in this proportion, but certainly this is a product where we have a lot of expectations.
Thank you, Ramón. Another question from Aitor Gutierrez regarding the 4 billion threshold that we have reached, which is quite significant, and asking us how far we think Indexa could go from here. So maybe I can comment on that. So that's right, 4 billion for Indexa, it's quite a significant number because we've got there in under 10 years. And I think no asset manager got so fast to 4 billion in Spain in the history. So I think we've been the fastest growing company in wealth management in Spain. But still it's very small regarding the size of the market. So we are in the market with 650,000 million invested in mutual funds only in Spain. maybe close to 150,000 million invested in pension funds. Then we have 1 trillion invested on deposits, remunerated cash accounts, and other current accounts. If we look at France, the market is much larger. It's maybe only in life insurance savings, which is a product we currently offer in France, and in pension plans, which is a product that Caravel offers. The market is probably between 2 and 3 trillions. So if we look at the market, we are talking about a market, a total addressable market we currently have of more than 4 trillion. And our size of 4 billion is only a 0.1% of the current addressable market, which means that we have huge potential for growth. As Unai mentioned, or mentions sometimes, it's to our level, the market is as if it was unlimited, actually, because it's 1,000 times larger than what we currently have. So we think we definitely have a lot of room for growth, and personally, I think that we even can maintain the 40% growth or around 40% growth per year for many years to go. So I hope that answers the question. I don't know if we have other questions, but please feel free to log in and to put your comments or questions in the chat. Once again, we are deeply sorry for the technical inconvenience. For the people who lost the beginning of the presentation, who missed the beginning of the presentation, or people having missed the whole presentation, it will be available. So now we are streaming on the Iberian Media site, but we will also make it available on our video channels, probably on YouTube.
Also, if someone wants the full video or wants an explanation, they can write us to the investor email that we have.
Investors,
which is investors@indexacapital.com.
Yes.
And we would be extremely happy to answer any question that you have.
Yeah, investors can only check information in our website, group website, group.indexacapital.com, and they can also subscribe to a newsletter, and they will receive periodic information about Indexa Capital Group.
Okay, thank you. See you soon.
Thank you.
Bye.
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 Thank you all for being here today, and thank you for your questions. We really appreciate your participation. See you in the next financial result presentation. In the meanwhile, if you have any question or comment, send us an email to investor@indexacapital.com. If you are press, send it to com@indexacapital.com. Bye.